My name is Christian.
Oh, hi Christian. Nice to meet you. So before we start, let's do a system check. Can you see and hear me clearly?
Yes, I can.
Okay, by the way, I believe this is the first time you're having a class together, right? So allow me to introduce myself. I'm teacher Kim and I love teaching kids and adults. I'm also a YouTuber. Hi everyone, welcome back. It's me, Madison. And if you are currently watching here at my Facebook page, please like, follow, and share this video to your family and friends. And if you are watching in my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the ring bell button so that you can be updated every time I upload my new videos. Okay, so today, obviously, we're going to talk about how to pass the Ielts demo class in Acadsoc. So later on, I'll be showing with you my actual demo class, how I nailed it, my certificate, and I'll be sharing with you my tips and advices. Now let's talk about IELTS. What does it mean? This means is the International English Language Testing System. So this measures the language proficiency of the people who wants to study or work where English is used as a language of communication. Now, what do you think is the purpose of IELTS? So there are two main reasons or purpose of taking an IELTS. Number one is for academic, for people applying for higher education or for professional registration. Number two is general training. So for those people migrating to Australia, Canada, at the UK, or also applying to a secondary education. So both versions provide a valid and accurate assessment of the four language skills, which is the listening, reading, speaking, and writing. Now, what are the benefits that we might receive or gain in taking the IELTS speaking test and exam? So number one is you will be measured against rigorous global IELTS standard. Number two, you will receive a certification that is widely recognized. Number three is you can improve your English language skills. And number four, you will gain a better knowledge of English that you need. Now that I have told you the brief introduction of IELTS, I'm going to share with you the process of taking the IELTS training here at Acadsoc. So first of all, as I've said in my previous video about how to pass a TESOL exam, I will link over here, is that if you wanted to pursue teaching here at Acadsoc, so number one is you have to be fully determined and dedicated, whether it's your part-time or your full-time job. And they actually prepared and trained their tutors to be a high standard one, to be more knowledgeable and competitive among other competitors or companies. There's a lot of self-trainings, exam, actual trainings, and demo class that you have to finish or complete before you finally gain a lot of bookings from the students. So the more you pass it, the more certification that you will receive, and the more bookings that you will gain, the higher salary that you will have. So now if you want to learn more about how to gain more bookings, comment down below so that I will notice it, and the next time around I will make a video about that. Now what is the process here at Acadsoc? So number one is the self-training. So you have to attend the self-training, so you will be given textbooks and videos, and you just have to exert time and effort reading and watching them all. And then after that, you're going to submit all the reading materials, and then you have to proceed to the exam or the quiz. So the passing score is 80 above. So if you failed it, you can no longer proceed to the actual training. So the second one is the actual training. So you will be endorsed by the QA to have your official trainer. So she will discuss everything about what will happen during your demo class. So you just have to raise your questions or clarifications during your training. So number three, of course, the actual demo class. So during that time, you have to be well prepared. You have to give your best because the passing score of the demo is 80 above. So if you failed it, it's a big waste. So now let's talk about what are the things that I have prepared during my demo class. So So this is just based on my experience on how I prepared myself before and during my demo class. So number one is I have my cell phone with me for the timer, so you have to manage your time very well. So number two is the script. So whatever happens, you have a guide. So number three is a piece of paper and a pen. So whatever mistakes or the negative feedback from your exam, you have to write them off. So this time, I will let you watch my actual demo class so that you can understand the flow of my speech. And then right after, I'll be back for the surefire tips that I'll be sharing with you guys. So please don't skip this video. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Kim. What's your name?
Hi. My name is Christian.
Oh, hi Christian. Nice to meet you. So before we start, let's do a system check. Can you see and hear me clearly?
Yes, I can.
Okay, by the way, I believe this is the first time you're having a class together, right? So allow me to introduce myself. I'm teacher Kim and I love teaching kids and adults. I'm also a YouTuber and have been involved in the film industry for over 5 years. I'm also a makeup art enthusiast and during my free time, I used to compose some rap songs. How about you, Christian? Can you tell me something about yourself?
Okay. My name is Christian. I live in China. I like uh playing badminton and the mobile games. That's all.
Wow, interesting. I also love playing badminton too during my free time. And by the way, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, that's good. Now I can see here that you book an IELTS class today, right?
Yes.
So may I know why did you book an IELTS class with me?
I want to mm, pass the English exam.
Oh, good. So if you have plans of taking the IELTS test, when do you plan to take it?
The English level exam.
Okay. So what is your target score?
Uh, 6.5.
Wow, quite too high. Okay, so don't worry, we will work together so we can achieve that target score or probably exceeded that. So let's go ahead now and have our lesson today. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So we will be having a simulation of the IELTS speaking test later, but before we do that, let me set your expectation first. So for the next 12 to 15 minutes, I will not be your teacher, but I will play the role of an IELTS examiner. So please understand if I will be a bit serious and stern with attitudes. That means I will not help you, correct you, or guide you. I'll give you the instructions per part during the simulation, and I will just ask questions and you just have to give your answers and the reasons behind it for parts one and three. For part two, I will be giving you a question card and you will have 1 minute to prepare for your answer and 1 to 2 minutes to answer it. So make sure that you maximize the 2 minute mark. Also, once we start the simulation, I will turn off my camera so you can focus on your answers. Once we are done, I will turn back on my camera and I will give you my feedback, corrections, and suggestions. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, take a deep breath and good luck. Let's go ahead and start. Let me turn off my camera so we can start the simulation. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Welcome to IELTS Speaking Mock Simulation. I am Kim, your examiner for today. Everything from now on will be recorded for marking purposes. Is that okay with you?
Okay.
Can you please state your full name?
Uh, okay. My full name is Christian John.
What can I call you?
You can call me Christian.
Okay, thank you. So let's begin with part one. This will last for 4 to 5 minutes. I'm going to ask you some general questions on topic. Are you ready to begin?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Question number one. Why do you need to take a break?
Mm, because everyone needs to Relax their body when they are feel tired. Also, they want to travel and enjoy the time with the family. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Do you prefer a long break or several short breaks?
Mm, I prefer the long breaks, so that I can have enough time to do anything I want to do.
That's all.
Yes, that's all.
What do you usually do during a break?
Mm, I usually will invite my friend to go out uh, for the picnic, and mm, also we will go to the fishing and attempt some interesting activity uh, to have fun the time. That's all.
Okay, so that's the end of part one. Now we're going to start part two. I'm going to give you a card with a specific topic, and you will have 1 minute to prepare your answer. And you may take notes if you wished. I'll tell you when your 1 minute preparation is up, and then you can speak for 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay.
So here's the card. Your 1 minute preparation begins now. Okay, your 1 minute preparation is up. Your 59 seconds to speak begins now.
Okay. Now I'm going to talk about the person who told me the knowledge. Um, I think the person must be my grandma. Uh, during my childhood, almost time I will uh follow my grandma, um, so that she told many different skills to me. Mm, first, uh, she told me how to make the dumpling. Uh, um, although the dumpling is it's hard to learn, but my grandma is uh
Okay,
okay.
please stop. Thank you.
Okay.
So that's the end of part two. Now let's have part three. This will last for 4 to 5 minutes or so. I'll be asking questions related to part two. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. What do you think is the best age for children to go to school?
Mm, in my opinion, uh, the children need to go to the school should be after age of 5. Mm, in this age, they have a intelligent uh, will to learn the things by their by themselves. Mm, that's all.
Okay. Do you prefer to study by yourself or with your friends?
I prefer to study by myself. I cannot calm down doing the uh, oh, among the friends. I want to talk with them and playing the mobile phone uh, so that I cannot pay attention on the study all the time. That's all.
Okay. What qualities do you think a good teacher should have?
Um, the teacher, the quality. Let me think about it. Uh, I think the teachers should have the ability to um, to improve the knowledge of the student uh, based based on their different uh, level. Mm, the teacher needs to respect the best student uh, and pay more patience to teach them. That's all.
Okay. So thank you. That's the end of the speaking test.
Okay.
Hello, I'm back.
Hi, teacher.
Okay. So how did you feel about the speaking test earlier? Earlier, can you tell me something about your feelings, the questions? Are you having any difficulties or you're perfectly fine?
Typical. Difficult.
Oh, it's kind of difficult. Well, it's that's normal, and I do apologize if I was not helping you earlier because the purpose of the simulation is we want you to experience how it feels like on the actual speaking test. We also want to prepare you not only mentally but also emotionally. Okay?
Okay.
So, Christian, I will now give you my feedback and correction on the simulation. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so I will give an examples and tips also or ways on how to improve it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So let's start with part one. So this will fall under fluency and coherence. The length of your answer is quite too short. Okay, just please see our chat box. I'm going to put your my negative feedback and also the tips, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, in delivering your statement, it must be precise and concise. So there must be a supporting examples or details of your answers. Okay, the next time around that you will answer some questions or some difficult questions, just try to, elaborate, define or give some examples, supporting details about it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And also I I have heard a fillers. This is under fluency and coherence too. You said So instead of saying that, we can use the conversational fillers, such as I think, I believe, that's a great question. Okay, you may use that in answering the question. Okay, then avoid also the long pauses when answering. Okay, so you may use that conversational fillers so that you can think and pause for a while. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so that will be the part one under fluency and coherence. Now let's go to part two. So in part two, this will fall under grammatical range and accuracy. So your statement contains simple sentences only in which you have to provide and improve your statements by having two or more dependent clauses. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so here is it. So your statement, as I've said a while ago, so my example for simple sentence, traditional schooling is out of date. So when we do it in a compound sentence, traditional schooling is out of date and there should be educational alternatives. Okay?
Okay.
So that is the example. Okay. And also, I have noticed that you have used a few cohesive in your devices in your answers, or that's what we call the connectors. Okay. So I'm going to give you some tips. This is one of the examples. Okay. You can use furthermore, for instance, likely, similarly, actually, such as, namely, so you can use that cohesive devices in your answers. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So this is under fluency and coherence. Okay? So next one we have in part 3. So I have noticed just one mistake only. Okay.
Okay.
This is this is under lexical resource in part 3, and you have repeated the question back as part of your answer. So learn how to do paraphrasing. Okay, I'm going to give you example like this. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of young people using social media? So that is the question. You don't need to repeat the question in answering, like saying the advantages and the disadvantages of this, but rather you can use the benefits and the good effects of using this social media as like that. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, we can use transitional. Okay, so those are the negative feedback that I've heard from your answers, but overall, you did a great job. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Very good. Now, Christian, let me give you your score for each of the Ielts criteria. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Okay, now, your score for fluency and coherence. So this is where we checked your ability to speak at length smoothly. Okay, this one I will give you a wait. 2 minutes. I'll give you 5. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Next one, So please read the suggestions. That is my suggestion to you for fluency and coherence.
Okay.
And for the lexical resource, this is where we checked your vocabulary. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 also. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Then for the grammatical range and accuracy, this is where we checked how complex one's ability to utilize grammar is, or how wide a range of range of grammar one is able to use, and a reference to being a free of error. So meaning, you have limit some errors. Okay. For this, I'm going to give you 5. Okay. All right. And lastly, we have the pronunciation. For this, I'm going to give you 6 because I haven't heard any wrong pronunciation that you have pronounced. So that's okay. So this one. Okay, now I'm going to give you some tips. In fluency and coherence, you have to develop your vocabulary. A big reason a test takers have trouble speaking at length about a topic is that they don't have the vocabulary to do so. So reading a lot and defining words in context, then using them yourself can help build your vocabulary. So I advise you to read and read more, Christian, okay? So next we have the lexical resource. Christian, do not overuse the simple words like verbs and adjectives to describe your main point or subject. So however, you have to use better and advanced synonyms to impress your examiner. You have to prove to the examiner that you have more than one to describe the subject. Okay? So think about more synonyms of an adjectives. Okay? The next one, we have the grammatical range and accuracy. So one of my tips for you is when constructing a sentence, you have to add up multiple bits of information. So practice making a complex sentences or a complex compound when answering situational questions. So be also familiarized with tenses before you answer the given question. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so when the question is in the past tense, like for example, um, what have you learned from your past about, something, any topics about it? So when it is past tense, you have to answer it in a past tense also. Okay? Okay. So now we have here in pronunciation. So far, I didn't hear any wrong pronunciation with you, so that's great. So there are many ways you can go about improving your speaking. So, but the most important thing to remember is that you have to practice and practice, Christian. So don't make excuses for yourselves. And even when you are at home alone, you can still do some valuable speaking exercises to improve your pronunciation. You know the tongue twister is?
I don't know.
Okay, tongue twister is like for example, I'm going to give you an example. Betty Butter bought a bead of butter, but the bead of butter was bitter. So Betty Butter bought a bead of better butter to make the bead of bitter butter better. Okay, did you get that?
Yeah.
That is a tongue twister. Okay, it's difficult to pronounce, but you have to practice that. Okay,
Okay.
okay, that is a practice. Now I'm going to give you your final score. So your final score is 5.25. Okay. So what's your target score again?
6.5.
Okay, 6.5. So don't be disappointed or lose hope, Christian. You can still improve your score. There are lots of activities and lessons we might learn here at Acadsoc. Might as well, here at Acadsoc, they mold their students to be well-rounded individuals. We make sure that our students will be well prepared in the near future. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, do you have any questions?
Mm, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay. So, are you doing good? Have you enjoyed the speaking test?
Yes.
Okay, that's better. Okay. So, I just want you to practice and practice. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, what are you going to do after the class?
Mm, learning the English and do some practice.
Okay, do some practice. Well, that's great. Okay. Now, before we last, I want to share with you some tongue twister. Okay. Look at this one. This is great. Okay, can you say it?
Mm,
Can you read it?
imagine an imaginary manager managing an imaginary managery.
Okay. Okay, great. Now let me correct you. Imagine an imaginary menagerie manager managing an imaginary menagerie. Okay, let's say it menagerie.
Menagerie.
Okay, let's do it more faster. Menagerie.
Menagerie.
Okay, that's good. Menagerie.
Menagerie.
Okay, better. So that is one of my example of a tongue twister. So by reading a tongue twister will help you, enhance and improve your speaking skill. Okay? Then just keep on reading. All right?
Okay.
Okay, so I hope you enjoy my class. So far you don't have any questions, right?
Yeah, I don't have any
Okay, so
question.
well done, Christina. Christina, good job. I'm sorry, Christian, right? Okay, Christian, I'm sorry. So this might be the end of our lesson, and I hope to see you soon. And I appreciate your time for booking my class. Goodbye, Christina. Christian. I'm so sorry. Christian.
Bye.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm back, guys. So now I'll be sharing with you the tips, the surefire tips on how would you ace the IELTS demo class. Okay, so number one is the time management. So you have to manage your time very well. It's part of the criteria. Number two is practice the voice changing. So what is that? At first, you are the tutor, so you have to be friendly and encourageable. And right after, you will be the examiner. So you must be strict, stern, with attitude. So number three, carefully understand each of the criteria. Study the common mistakes of the examinee. So number four is listen very carefully to their answers. So jot down every single mistakes that they have. It's for your safety. So number five, state their wrong answers and give them examples. And number six, end the class smoothly. So ask them if they have any questions, concerns, or clarifications before saying goodbye. That's the end, tutors. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've listened very well and this content have helped you a lot to ace your demo class. And for more videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell beside it. And follow me in my Facebook page, Kim Madison, my Instagram and TikTok, KimMDSN. I hope to see you in my next vlog. Goodbye!